Minnesota. Into the hands of Reaves. 5 seconds. 3 seconds. Reaves splits the defense. The floater in the paint. It's good at the buzzer. Austin Reaves does it again.
So, when the lights are bright, only a few can rise to the occasion. Right now, Austin Reaves is the one with the light shining on him, and after a game winner against Minnesota, 41 points versus Portland, and 51 points against the Kings, Austin Reaves is showing everyone that he's more than just a role player. Some people will try and continue to label him as such, but let me ask you something. How many guys in the league are rejecting the screen to attack into strong defense, and instead of passing it or looking for an easy way out, Reaves just elevates over the top of Schroeder to cash in.
Schroeder, tough pull. Oh my God, right in his retina. What a tough shot.
This right here screams confidence, and in basketball, this is one of the most important things in a player's game, because sometimes it doesn't make sense to attack into a set defense, as when your defender gives you this much space thinking you won't let it fly, this is when you have to show them that you can be effective from anywhere at any time. When watching elite players, you start to notice that they make you pay for every mistake, such as when you close out wrong by leaping at the ball handler. Well, here's an easy blow by. If you then get on their hip while they attack, well, this leaves you vulnerable to a hard bump to create separation, and then since you're going to want to recover back, the pump fake works to perfection to allow Reaves to get an easy floater inside. It truly baffles me that a lot of people clown Reaves and tend to underestimate him, but trust me, when you're hidden in that shadow of Luka Doncic and LeBron James, you're simply just waiting for your moment to break free, and once you can, that's when everyone can see just how talented you are. A big thing with Reaves is that he can get his shot off with just a small amount of space. So here, after he snatches behind the back making Randall fall back just a couple feet, it allows him to get right into his gather, and although it doesn't look like a ton of space, this here becomes a much easier shot when your defender admits defeat. Other times when using that handle to navigate on the floor, he may not get the amount of space he wanted to, but here's the thing with high level players. They have a focus that is unlike others, and understand the art of selling as well. So when Reaves doesn't generate the space needed to get a clean shot off, he'll go into the defender's body first to initiate that contact, which puts the ref in a tight spot to call it or not, and maybe if this was Luka Doncic, he would have got that call, but instead it's just a tough fadeaway bucket for 2 points. To build on this further, I want to show you all that it's not all about the glitz and the glamour of why this is special. As you can see on this possession, Bones Hyland is guarding Reaves extremely tight, so now is where your court navigation skills come into play. Reaves could attack left immediately, but that's too easy for a defender to stop. So to get your momentum started, you have to act as if you're going one way, which now opens up a wider angle for Reaves to attack middle. Now, just like we talked about earlier, when the defender is on your hip like this, you have a multitude of options. But with Reaves understanding that this help defender to the side of him is closing in, the smartest decision here is to change directions. So with the move of choice being a behind the back, Reaves is able to go back left, gain control after losing the ball briefly, and here's where my initial point comes back full circle. AR didn't just do all that to look flashy on the floor, he did that so he can get to his desired spot. And to bring in another point that we discussed, you can see here that he doesn't need much space, he just needs to make sure the bank is open so he can go and get his money. Yeah, it's pretty special to see a player make this many tough shots, and if you watch Reaves, you'll quickly notice that he tends to break defenders time and time again with these highly difficult conversions. And I know, it's only been 5 games, but to average 34 points on 68% true shooting is ridiculous. And also, I understand that Luka is usually the guy to make defenders look silly, but Reaves is practically toying with Buddy Hield when he stops, feeds the hezzy, crosses over into the middle, and then once he reaches the paint, he plants in a quickness to rise up for the shot. I mean, you tell me in the comments, what is your favorite thing about AR's game? Because if you ask me, I love when he gets defenders chasing hard to then snatch back, and we already know this is straight. Wait. Everybody say it with me. We already know this is straight cash. On the season so far, Reaves is shooting 38% from deep on 7 attempts per game, and boy yo boy is he letting it fly with no hesitation. When receiving these screens up high, it allows the ball handler to have a significant advantage over the defense. No pun intended, but at this point, the ball is truly in your court. As you could attack hard off the screen to get to the paint, you could decide to change directions when the defender is recovering hard to speed through the middle, or you can choose the option that's not only effective, but slightly flashy as well, and that's that snatchback right into a butterball. This snatch back, step back is one of the best moves to use when defenders are chasing you, as it's all about a play on momentum. Their momentum is heavily going downhill as they recover, and you as an offensive player are already thinking 2 steps ahead, so you can control yours a lot better. Hence as to why Reaves is straight up and down when he's getting into his shot, and if we all look at DeRozan, he's not fully balanced. He's more so leaning into Austin Reaves as he's trying to contest, but at this point, it's just too late.
They slowed it down. Reaves not slowing down anytime soon. He's got a 42-piece cooking.
Like, yeah, you can keep it simple and just come off a screen into a pull-up if your defender is stuck watching you, but majority of the time, the defense is going to try and be uptight on you. So that's when you make them pay for that aggressive closeout by putting the ball on the deck, find that opening, and go ahead and fire. Now listen, we gotta take a quick break into action, and that's for me to go ahead and say drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. If you know me, I really love basketball, and I want this channel to become full-time one day so I can give you the highest quality. So any support truly means a lot. Now okay, I'm done wasting time, let's get back into it. With Austin Reaves, you don't just get this guy who can be mad creative when operating from the outside, because if needed, he can keep it simple and be that guy you can find on the perimeter to send it out for 3 points. And believe me, I'm not playing. If the defense gets too deep in help coverage, allowing him to catch the ball with a good look at the basket, you better get your hand up or else it's just money. This here flows right into his movement without the ball. As you can see, Kenneth is going to send the ball into Jackson Hayes to then go set a pin down screen for Reaves to run off of. And right here is where a lot of key things take place. If you look at Jaden McDaniels, he's calling for Bones to switch. Now if Bones switches, it makes this first option for the Lakers be more difficult to go to. But since that doesn't happen and Jaden has to recover, Austin now has a couple options to choose from. For option 1, he could come off the screen towards Hayes to receive the ball with momentum to attack or pull up off the dribble. And although that's not a bad choice, I want you all to look at where Jaden is. At this point, he's currently trying to recover by shooting the inside of the screen, so the smart choice in this situation is for Reaves to flare out instead of coming towards the ball, and now the contest just can't get there in time. I know, that was a little exhausting, but this is truly everything that goes into the most simplest plays in basketball. Such as on this action here, Reaves could choose to run over the top of Ayton to receive the pass, but this will put him 30 feet away from the basket, making it a more tiring possession to go score. So instead of doing all of that, he uses the defender's position against himself. Kamara at this moment is guarding on the top side to try and keep Reaves from getting open, but this actually works against himself, because with Ayton out far, this also forces Portland's big to be out the paint as well, giving Reaves the opportunity to launch off into open space to catch and finish at the rim. Say what you want about him, but Reaves understands how to read defenses with the best of them, and it's not like he's the fastest guy on the court or the most physically adept, as it's all about using the tools that he has to succeed. For one tool, he'll use Ayton to basically delete his defender out the play. For the next, he'll use that change of direction to get downhill on a big who switched, and for the finisher, he'll use that stun gun to send his defender flying to then sink the short little floater. This here is why I say basketball is truly all about angles. Because Reaves could try and split the gap between the defenders if he wanted, but there's always a chance they close this up and stop anything from happening. So that's why it's key you can make defenders lean one way before making your move. And right now, ProdGxm is on AR's hip, not able to do much but allow the layup inside to happen. I understand that Reaves isn't someone who pops in your head when we start talking about guys who attack the lane with aggression, but when you actually watch him closer, you can see that he's no slouch when it comes to attacking the basket. Sometimes it will be that speed downhill that gets the defender to fall for the pump fake at the front of the rim.
Good shot. And 2.
Other times it can be the handle that sheds a defender, the hazy that gets him the advantage downhill, and then the toughness to complete this smothering bucket high off the glass. And when the game needs to be shut down due to some heavy artillery, we all end up finding out it was because of an AR-15.
Reaves splits the defense. The floater in the paint. It's good at the buzzer. Austin Reaves does it again.
Let me know what you all think about Austin Reaves and this Lakers team below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.